Hello and welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to look at how we can be able to implement CI/CD in your development environment so that you can be able to push your code from the development to the production. Or what I mean is that when you're coding or you're developing a product from your local machine, you can be able to push it to the production or maybe to the staging. So what we are going to do is that using this whiteboard here, we can be able, I'm going first of all to make sure that I'm going to demonstrate what we are going to implement so that whenever we are implementing this, you can be able to understand everything. So let's start here. So first thing that we are going to have in this whiteboard is your local environment where we can say this is your computer right here. So let's say this is your computer or laptop. So this is your computer where you do like local development. So local development like that. So this is your local machine, and also after we have this your local machine, what you are going to have again, let me just choose this here. So what you are going to do is that from your local machine, I know most of you just pushes to the GitHub, of which also we are going to use GitHub. So also I'm going to take this and place it here. So this is GitHub. So GitHub. So normally when you don't have like a CI/CD flow, what happens is that most people will push their code to the GitHub like that. So let me point it with this arrow. And then after this, after they have developed the code and pushed to GitHub, they will go to the server. So immediately they will go to their server here. Let me create a server or the production environment, or you can call it staging environment. So because also you can have a server that is for staging environment. So I can just say production environment here, of which we can say also it is a server like that. So I'm going to have let's say it's a production environment or server. So you find that most people will just will come to the server, and then they will pull the code that they have in their GitHub, and then they will run it here manually. So now we want to delete this. We don't want to work like this because we want our work our work to be streamlined, and we have a CI/CD so that we just when we, for example, develop a new feature in our local machine and already we have this code set up in the production environment, what we can do is that we can just push to GitHub here, and it will be automatically being pushed to our production or our server. So here we can have something that we are going to add that will help us to be able to create our CI/CD, and this is Docker Hub. So here I'm going to have a Docker Hub. So I'm going to write here Docker Hub. So Docker Hub. And then now what we are going to do is that from here now, from our GitHub, we are going to push to our Docker Hub. And then now from our Docker Hub, here we are going to push now to it's going to be pushed to our production server automatically. So I want to also add some things that we are going to use. For example, here we are just going to use Git. First of all, let's add here Git. So to push it to GitHub, we are going to require Git. So after here, we are going to use GitHub Actions. So we are going to use here GitHub Actions, and I'm going to show you how to set up GitHub Actions. And then from here, our code now, here from the Docker Hub here, it will be pulled here from the server, here, inside the server, inside the server here, we are going to have a tool that is called Watchtower. So for Watchtower, what it will do is that it will help us to pull the code from, it will be able to pull the code from Docker Hub, or in this case, when you push your code to Docker Hub, it is called an image. So from Docker Hub here, it will be automatically being pulled by Watchtower right here. So that is how we are going to implement our CI/CD. So let me go back and start again. So this is step 1, where you have your local machine. Your local machine, we are going to use Git so that we can push our code to GitHub, and then GitHub automatically, it will be able to use GitHub Actions. So here I missed Actions. It will use GitHub Actions that will push your code automatically to Docker Hub. And in here in GitHub, what it will do is that it will build your code to an image, and then it will push that image to Docker Hub. And then from Docker Hub right here, it's going to be pulled. Now the image, it will be pulled to server here, to Watchtower. So this is the Watchtower. The Watchtower will help us to pull our code and also rebuild our image or our code. So also the other thing here in GitHub is that in GitHub you can set, for example, you can set when do you want your code to be pushed to production, because maybe you want to have a staging environment, and also you want to have a production environment. So let's say, for example, when you push to a master branch or maybe a dev branch. So let's say when you push to master, you want the code to be pushed to the production. But when also you push to dev here, let's say you have another server right here. So server, and this server here, it's let's say this one. Let me use this pen. So here we are going to have a staging server. So this is staging server, and also inside here we can have a watchtower. So like that. So what we are going to also make sure is that we can differentiate between production and staging, because maybe you want to first of all test your features in staging before you push it to the production here, and that we can differentiate that. So I'm going also to make sure that can pull here like that. So this is staging environment. So let's say you have pushed your code to master, being built to an image by GitHub Actions, and then from GitHub Actions, it will be pulled to production environment by Watchtower. And also maybe you want your feature first of all to go to staging. So what you are doing is that you are pushing to dev, and then GitHub will listen, and then GitHub Actions will build your code into an image, and then also it will push to Docker Hub, and then from Docker Hub it will be pulled to staging right here. So, and then let's say, for example, you have tested your features in staging and everything is okay. What you can do is that you'll merge your dev, you'll create a pull request. So here you can create a pull request that will merge master branch with dev branch, and then those features will go direct to production. So I think for now you understand what I mean, or what I mean by how to arrange your GitHub or how to arrange your CI/CD workflow. So all of this, we can call it a CI/CD workflow here. So CI/CD workflow. So it's not a complicated thing, but is something that you'll understand very easily. So I'm going to show you everything right here. So also another thing and the last thing that I am forgetting and which I'll try to cover is how you can be able to do a branch protection so that you don't push direct to master and then production go direct to production, and then changes doesn't go direct to production, because if you do that, maybe you'll be working on master branch, but you are not aware, and when you push those changes to GitHub, automatically it will go to production uh, very fast. So, and you maybe don't want that because you have not done fully testing on that. So also that is something that we are going to cover. So let me add here branch protection. So for example, you can say that for master, you need to have a PR, and you don't you you should not put, like, you should not push changes direct to master, and you need to have a reviewer who will be able to review your code you'd be able to review your code and merge to master. But for dev, you won't be able also to push direct to dev, so that those changes will not go to the staging direct. What you do is that you make sure that for dev, it won't require a reviewer, but you need to create a pull request and then merge to dev. Yeah, so that's, I think everything is clear right here. So I think for now we can stop at this point, so that in the next step now I can explain more things about CI/CD as we go on. So have a great day. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also make sure to like this video so that also this can reach many other people. So have a great day. See you on the next video. Hello and welcome back. In the last video, we looked at our overview of how our CI/CD pipeline will look like. So for example, we looked at how you can be able to push your code from your local machine, and then it will be pushed to the GitHub. And from GitHub, then using GitHub Actions, it can be pushed to Docker Hub. And from Docker Hub now, it will be in terms of an image that can be pushed to production server and staging server. So let us continue right now. I just want to show you how the code will look like, because I already had created something of the sort. I have created a code that we can use to test our CI/CD. So the code is here, and this code is a Go code. So you can see we have our main file here where our Go is running, where from where the Go is running, or the entry point for this code. And you can see right here, if you come to routers here, you can see we just have endpoints. And these endpoints, if you, for example, if you open this function here, you can see that it's just a function. It's just a simple function here, where you can be able to pass in things like your name. You can see here that your name is being actually here you can see that your name is being sent. It's being set. So that's all. It doesn't have so many things, and this will apply for any code. Maybe you are coding using Node.js. It's just the same. So the other thing is that if you look here, you can see that I have Dockerized this application. So you can see that this is a Docker file, and we are using Docker in order for us to be able to run this application. So another thing that I want to show you is that I'm going to use Docker Compose file here to be able to run those two images, those two services. The first service is the wallet service, and the wallet service is just this code here. You can see this code where we have opened our code. This is our wallet service. We are calling it wallet service, and you can see here, if you know how to use Docker, you can see that we are building from an image, and this is because this one will be pushed to our Docker Hub. I'm going to show you Docker Hub. And also you can see that have specified things like port, the port that is being that we are going to expose. And also you can see here the network. You can see also here we are using the network here. This means that also you can use this Docker Compose file and remove it from here where it is and use it as a standalone Docker Compose file, because you can run so many services. You can run so many services. You can add other services here. And also you can see here I have added also you can see here that I have added this watchtower here, and watchtower here will help us to pull an image. So when we push this image to Docker Hub, it will be able to identify there is a new version of that image, which is this that has been pushed, that have been pushed to our Docker Hub, and then it will be able to pull in which server this watchtower is running. So I'm going to show you all that. But okay, after that, the other thing that is important I wanted to show you is that at the root of this code, you can see that we have .github and then workflows, and then inside workflows we have this publish.yaml, and this is because GitHub Actions and GitHub Workflows use this format of workflows. So, and because this workflows is not only for CI/CD, but it can be used to make or to it can be able to be used to uh, to automate some other things, because workflow for GitHub is being used to automate tasks like tests and many other things, but the common one is CI/CD. So you can see the flow here. So if you have a code, maybe it's a code for Node.js, you can just copy, maybe you can copy like this one here and paste it in your root of your code. Make sure that you are actually creating in the root of your code, you are creating .github folder, and then inside it you are creating workflows. Make sure you spell it the way it is spelled, workflows. And then inside workflows, you can create this file that is called publish.yaml. And inside there, you can actually now paste code here. So if I explain a little bit about this workflow here, you can see that the first thing is the name here, and I'm calling it pipeline. You can call it the way you want, maybe CI/CD and maybe anything like that. Also here you can see on push, that means when I push to this branch in my GitHub, when I push to master branch, you can see I can specify also here something like maybe dev. So when I want to push to dev also, you can see I can add there, or any other branch that you may think of. I want these jobs here to run. I want this from here. I want this to run, and this is actually building your code into an image. So you can see here build and push Docker image. You can see that actually describes the jobs that is going to run, and you can see here I'm running it on a Docker on Ubuntu latest. That is OS that I want my Docker to be run on, and or to build my code to be built on this OS. And these are I'm specifying this. I can maybe specify other OSs. These are GitHub servers that I'm going to use. And here you can see steps that are going to be followed is it will be checkout action from master. Any action that may be pushing into master or merging with master will trigger this workflow. That's what this means. And here you can see, for example, we are going to name it and then uses here. The other thing that is going to happen is that we are going to log in into our Docker Hub, and you can see right here that we are going to specify our username and password. And I'm going to show you how to what we are going to do about this. So here we are going to specify in Docker Hub, in GitHub, sorry, we are going to add our username and token so that we can be able to log in into our Docker Hub, and then after that our code will be pushed to our Docker Hub. So let's look at how the Docker Hub looks like and what we need to do in Docker Hub so that our code or our image can be pushed there. So here I'm going to come to Docker Hub. So let me open it. So if I open it like that, so it's taking a time to open. So make sure that you have an account in Docker Hub so that this process will be easier. So for example here, you can see it's running, and let me remove this warning. So let me just, I'm going to just open here on my dashboard so that you understand how to navigate it. So I've already created my account and also have logged in. So let me open let it open here. So yeah, you can see, let me also make sure that I come to the home page because I don't want us to get confused. So let me see if I can come here to explore. I think this, yeah. So most of the time when you log in into your Doc Hub, you will land in this page here where we have a overview of everything, and you can search for images, for example Redis, and you can also search for many other things. Actually, you have been listed most of images here, like Postgres database, MySQL database, Mongo. Yeah, you can be able to see here all the images. So this means that these images have been built, like that code is already built and is in terms of an image. So I can now switch to my hub. You can see now I've clicked on my hub right here, and my hub here, you can see what you can be able to see is my repositories, because Docker Hub also have repositories. So you can see here that I have these repos, and you can see already we have this one for the wallet here, because already this is something that I had tested a few months ago, or many months ago. You can see an image here, and I can open this so that you can see how it looks like. So this is an image, and also an image can have tags. So for example, you can see this one here has tags. Yeah, here we have this image that has the latest tag, but you can create as many tags as possible, and you can click here to just see the tags. General, you can see here, you can click here, you can see the tags if we have any other tags here. And this is what I was telling you. If you come here, that from Docker Hub you can have a different version for staging and production. So for example, you can specify that the tag for production is latest, for staging here will be dev, and you can do that uh, by modifying your workflow so that when you push to master here, it will automatically create a latest tag here. But when you push to dev, it will automatically create here another tag. For example, the tag can be called staging, or it can be called dev, or whatever you want to call it. So when you are pulling the image, for example, for the production server, it will be latest, and for the staging server, it will be dev. So I hope that you understand what I mean by that. So, and also here, you can see that I have opened another code here, so that to show you that you can modify your workflow. So for example, this one, you can see for this one, when you push to master or dev, it will create for you an image automatically. And you can see all this you can add here even before you push the test. You can, for example, specify that you want to test your code using, for example, Go CLI, but this will work for only Go application. You can, if you're using Node.js also, you can make sure that you look at how to test your Go code using GitHub Actions. So this one will test before even it pushes to GitHub. And you can see here, determine the tag based on the branch dev or master. So by adding also this code down here, it will just automatically create for me a tag. If I push to master, it will then create a tag that is called latest, and when I push to dev, it will create a branch that is called dev. So I think that's now clear to that part now. So here I had already, you can see my code here. You can see, for example, the last time that I pushed to this wallet service here, which is this code that we have opened here, I actually merged from the development branch here. So if I push direct to master, or I create a pull request from another, or I merge from a side branch or any other branch, it will trigger this GitHub action to build that image. And what I mean is that if you check here, for example, you can see that we have this tick here. So if I open this, I can be able to see how the process is was going. So you can see here, you can follow, but I want us to follow as it will be doing that. So what I need to do, the other thing that I need to do is to specify my Docker Hub token and my Docker Hub token and my Docker Hub username. So for example, you can see here we need to specify this Docker Hub username. So I'm going to copy this first of all, copy that, and this one I need to specify here where we have secrets. So I have come to my branch, or my repo. You can see this repo here, and then I have navigated to settings. After settings, I have gone to secrets and then actions right here, and you can see already I had already specified that here. So I'm going to remove them. So let me remove this. So I need to authenticate into my GitHub like that, and also I need to remove this one because I want us to see how it looks like. So I'm going to add the username token right there, and I can come up here. Username is this one here because your image is created based on the it is built using username and also the tag and also the code. So you can see here I'm going to specify that here. So another thing is that you can see that I have added that, and also I'll come here and copy this Docker Hub token. I'm going to show you how to generate the token. So copy this, and I'm going to come back here, and I can add this as token, Docker Hub token. So where do you generate your token? So you need to come into your Docker Hub here, and your profile on the top right, you can click that and go to account settings. So when you click on account settings, you need also to come to personal access tokens. So open this or click this tab here, personal access token. You can see tokens that I have already generated right here. And the other thing that you need to know is that when you click on generate token, this one, it will be just one, you just view it once. So here I'm going to say test, maybe for example, and you can specify here, everything. So for example, read, write, delete, you can give it all the privileges maybe that you want, and then you can click generate. So you can see, for example, this actually it has shown you this how you can log in your CLI and the Docker Hub, how to log in. And you can see this is my username and now this is my token. So I need to copy this. I'm going to come up here. Sorry, I'm going to come to this GitHub here and I can paste this now. So this means that we have stored our secret, which is token and username, in a secure place in our GitHub, because we don't want to just hard code it here, because you can just hard code it in your code right here, but you know that is not safe. And also maybe the GitHub also can also throw errors. So what I need to do is that I am going to come up here and push this code. So I'm going to let it open. So I'm going to do git add, and then I'm going to say GitHub commit. I'm going to commit this code. I'm going to add, maybe I'm going to say workflow, something of the sort. And now, because you can see right here, we are in the master branch, I'm going to push. So git push, and yeah, let me push now, like that. Yeah, you can see that we have pushed, or I have pushed the code, and immediately if you just reload here, for example, right now you can see it's a success, but when I push, you'll be able to see that we have a yellow button. So let us see. So you can see, yeah, you can see this here, a yellow button here. And another thing is that you can literally see in real time this code being built by GitHub or GitHub Actions. So you can see here already it has run all this. It has run setup job, run this setup Docker here, Docker build here. You can see it has logged into our Docker Hub, and if we didn't add the token, Docker Hub token and username, it could not have it could have not logged into a Docker Hub, and you can see already it has finished building. You can see this is how it has built my code right here. Yeah, and everything is okay. So if I come back to this point, you can see now it's success. You can see here we have the success. And now if I go back to my hub right here, so I can click my hub right here, you'll be able to see that that image has been pushed into our Docker Hub. You can see 1 minute ago. And if you open this, you'll be able to see that also, yeah, it has been pulled. It has been pushed 1 minute ago, pulled less than 1 day ago. So that's all that I wanted to show you. Now, in our diagram here, we already up to this point, we have pushed our code to Docker Hub right here. It has been built, an image has been created. So now the next thing is to pull it to our production. So I'm going to show you that how we can be able to pull it to our production server automatically, so that we can push the code from here and then go to GitHub. From GitHub it go to Docker Hub token, and then from Docker Hub, and then from Docker Hub we can pull it to our server. So guys, I hope that you are understanding. If you are not understanding, you can kindly ask the question in the comment section of this video, and also maybe you can send me a DM direct so that I can explain to you. So yeah, I think that's all. Remember to like this video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you'll be notified the next time I upload the next part of this series. So have a great day. See you. Hello and welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to continue building our CI/CD, and right here you can see we have Docker Hub, and also we have a production server, and we have staging server. In our case, we are not going to have a staging server. We are going to assume that we have a production server where our code will be pulled. And in the last video, what we did is that I actually explained everything about workflow here, the way we are building this workflow. And also if you check right here, you can see the code. Although I didn't go through the code, but code is very simple. It's just a backend, Go backend application. And you can see, for example, here on the route, when you hit, for example, wallets here, and then it will call this function here inside our controllers here. So inside our controllers, you'll be able to see different functions right here. So, and that's all. And right here, you can be able to see that we are using a framework that is called Echo. And that is what we are going to continue looking at. So yeah, so the code is okay. You can see here I pushed the code several times. So now if I come back here, another thing that we talked about is the Docker Hub. So you can see, for example, here we are at Docker Hub, and also you can be able to see my repository. I can go back to the hub right here, and also you can see the images that I have created here. So these are actually images stored in the repositories, and you can see in our case here we are going to use wallet here, wallet service, to be able to test our CI/CD. So now what we are going to do is to pull the what we are going to call the code here, and the code I have hosted it in my GitHub, so you can come just here and you can see we have wallet. So this is my GitHub. I have this, and another thing that I want you to notice is that it is not a must that I pull up all of this code here. The only thing that is required at this moment is just this Docker compose file here, because when the code is being built here, you can see, for example, here code is being built, and if you, for example, check here, the code will be built and be pushed to Docker Hub as an image. So in this case, I can just get the just this docker compose.yaml, and this will be enough for me to run that application because I'm going to pull that as an image. So now let me go and now log into the server. And logging to the server, what I mean is that I want to go into this production server. I'm going to just treat this as a production server. So I can come here and log into my server. So I had already logged in earlier, so I'm going to repeat the code, the command. So let me type the password here. So like that. Let me see. Yeah, so you can see here we are inside now the server. So what I can do is that I can SSH to my, or I can navigate to the directory where I want my code to be. So for example here, so as per now, if I do ls, you can see there is several folders here. So let me clone the code here. So git clone, and then I can take now the code, and let me just come back here, and I can just take this here, and I can come up here and now the paste like that. So you can see it's cloning, and it is ready. So if I do ls again to list, so you can see we have wallet service here, and if I do wallet service here, and then ls, you can be able to see it's just similar code, so it's just the same code. And you can see here we have docker compose.yaml. So make sure that when you're running this command that I'm going to run in a few minutes or in a few seconds, you are inside this wallet hyphen service. And also make sure that if you are testing on your server, you have actually installed docker. So if I do docker ps, yeah, you can see we have no container that is running. Already had done the configuration for this server, making sure that I have installed docker and everything. So you can see here, for example, if I do docker, you can see the options. Make sure that you can be able to see the same on your end. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just make sure that I run this command docker compose up and then -d, like that, and this will start everything that is inside docker compose file. And maybe before I do that, we can see the services that we have in a docker compose file. So I'm going to come up here, and if I open this docker compose .yaml here, you can see we have wallet service and we have watchtower. So wallet service is our code that is being built and pushed to Docker Hub. And then we have Watchtower, and Watchtower is the one that is helping us to pull the code. So if I come up here, you can see that we have Watchtower, and this Watchtower is the one that is running as a container and will help us to pull the latest code from Docker Hub or this registry here to our production server. So that means that you only need to push your code to GitHub. GitHub will build that your latest code and push it to Docker Hub, and then your latest code will be pulled by Watchtower in your production server. So if I come up here, I will run that to be able to run the services. You can see Watchtower is being run, and also you can see here wallet service is being run. You can see it's pulling. You can see it's pulling the image here. So it's not like you can see it's not building, so it's just pulling, and then it will run that code. So you can see you can use this command, and maybe up here you can specify the service that you want to run. For example, you can do docker compose up and then -d, and then after that you can do wallet. You can do wallet service if you want to just run wallet service. So for my command here, this means that docker compose the up -d, that means that I want to run every service that I have in this docker compose file, and that is wallet service and watchtower, and then it will create a network that is called wallet underscore nw. So I think that's clear now. So if I now go back and do docker ps, like that, you can see we have two services that are running right here. We have watchtower, which is running at port 8080, and we have our application, which is world service. Actually it had indicated here in the image that we have this, and also maybe the name here is wallet service. So let me first of all make sure that we have logged. So I'm going to do docker logs and then -f, then I can say wallet service, like that. Yeah, and you can see right here that we have you can see the logs that this is a Go application and it's running at port 3002. So what I can do is that I can come up here and maybe run this. Let me see if I can remember I don't know if I can remember the actual. Yeah, you can see here actually it is this one. So what I can do is that I can run this command here, or just this router. I can try and hit the endpoint, and you can see this is the IP address and then /wallets here. And if I do that, then you can see this is wallet service after CI/CD. But this is just because I'm returning on the go here. Maybe let me also show you the router here. So when I hit this endpoint, these wallets here, then it will call this function inside controller.go, this one here. So I don't want you to memorize most things in this application, because this is just a simple application of showing you what happens, what really happens with CI/CD. So you can see after we have hit that endpoint, we call this function, and this function will print this is wallet service after CI/CD. So what I want to do is that I want to test our CI/CD, and what we can do is that we can just maybe, for example, change the name here. So I can say let's see changes happening here, like that. So if I do that, and then I want you to notice something, that in wallet service here already is built. So if I push this code, you'll be able to see that it will be pending here, and it will be building my code to make sure that the changes will be pushed to Docker Hub. So what I can do is that, let me run these commands here real fast. So git push, I'm going to enter my passphrase. So here is my passphrase, and I can push that. So when I push that and then reload here in the Docker Hub, now you can see here that it load. You can see here now this is pending, and this is because it's being built. And actually I can track this being built. I can be able to see everything happening. So for example, it's running that, it's logging into Docker Hub. You can see how it is being built, and yeah, you can see how fast it is. So it's being built, and then after now this one, we are at this point GitHub, and then it will be pushed to Docker Hub. So like that. And also there is something that I want you to notice, that when the watchtower will be, for example, when the watchtower we'll pull the code and then debug this here, the logs here, this will exit. It will exit from the this terminal. You'll be able to see that it will exit, but I'm going to show you that actually before I even moved from the terminal, I've seen that it has exited. And if I do docker ps again, like that, you can be able to see that it has been rebuilt 13 seconds ago. And if I now go back here, and this means that the build is complete. If I go back here, you can see that it's complete, and you can see added changes, and it has been built 1 minute. So let's see if for example, so remember here we have changed, see changes happening. So if I go back and hit that endpoint again, so I'm going to reload here. Let's see if the changes will appear here. So if I do that, you can see the changes are happening. So let's see changes happening. So, and you can see, yeah, the changes have appeared in our production server. And also what you can do is that you can also look for the logs for watchtower and see how the watchtower is working. So for example, you can see this, it has only checking not container which matches the name wallet service identity or UI service. You can see here found new, and you can see here this is where it pulled. You can see found new wallet latest, and you can see stopping wallet service, creating wallet service, and removing an image. So that's because it first of all make sure that it stops the service, and then it create the service and remove the now the obsolete image or the image that was running before. Yeah, so that's all that I wanted to show you. Maybe I can repeat this process again, and you'll be able to see that the changes will appear. So for example, here I can say now reverting. Now I'm reverting something just random to show you that we have made changes, and do the same here. And I have seen that it's very fast, so we can just push. Let's push this. So let us see this. Yeah, and I've pushed that in my GitHub. You'll be able to see that that is pending. So this is pending right here. Yeah, I need to just come here and log watchtower. Let's see watchtower, making sure that it is actually making sure that we can be able to see wallet service. Actually, watchtower, finding the new image and pulling it from Docker Hub, that is. So right here you can see failed 0, scanned 1, and this is because we have only one service. Because if we had, for example, two service, also you could see here scanning 2. So you can see it's still running here, and it will run uh, this way for very after every 30 seconds, and this is because we have set this here. Let me just come here. So you can see here we have set an interval of 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds it runs. So that's in order, and you can see here actually it has found a new this image here, and it has stopped created and removed the other image that was running before, or this image that was up here. So I hope that you can be able to see how this works, and if I reload here also, you'll be able to see that it has already been built and pushed to Docker Hub. If I come to the Docker Hub right here, for example, you can see 15 minutes ago, if I reload here, you'll be able to see that it will be, for example, 1 minute ago, or maybe seconds, because we have pushed a new changes, or GitHub has pushed a new image that has the latest changes. So it's loading, and you can see here actually 1 minute. I was actually almost right. And now I can come here, and now if I reload here, yeah, you can see now I'm reverting. So that's all about CI/CD I can show you right now. At least you know how CI/CD is working, and this is the last part that we were talking about in our videos, and that's all now. So kindly remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also make sure to like this video and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So have a great day. See you on the next video.